the more I go all in and just grow, I'm putting in all my time, and I'm feeling.
But do you aspire to build an empire? I mean,
the idea of getting to age 60 or 65 and then just retiring is like, I can't contribute anymore.
Scaling a business is always most businesses' goal because it means growth. Is that something that you would be able to do without? Have you learned to be able to do that now and still live a nice, peaceful life for yourself?
Yeah, yes and no. So I've recently, in the last year, I've expanded to Florida, and there were some things that I had learned to systematize so well that doing it there, I even did that better. And yet there's some things that, like this library room that I built here, I did this.
This isn't a blue screen behind us?
No,
or a green screen?
It's
I'm from the 70s.
Either way, they both work. But in Florida,
It's real.
I'm building a room and I'm building a library while there. That's something that I would love to be able to outsource, but I haven't figured out how. Like, because it's efficient. It's really cool. So but that's taken more of my time because I have to fly to Florida and buy new tools and have to do all this stuff. So on one hand, it's like scaling it. So you ask me, do you want to scale more? It's like, well, how many cities do I want to do that? I'd have to really hire some construction people to. Does that make sense?
So back to stuff we've talked about before. To me, you seem like the kind of person who wouldn't expand into another city before having a reason to expand into another city. Not putting the cart before the horse. You're saying, oh, I've got clients who are living in the Northeast, the Atlantic Northeast, or the Pacific Northwest. So now it's worth it to go and expand into that area. Or are you the kind of guy who says, we're trying to grow. We've already got a system in place. Let's go get more work and we'll open a new studio in these places.
Yeah, I'm definitely not thinking about expanding anywhere because right now it's great. And just open up another location would be flashy that I could say, I've got 3 locations now, but it wouldn't
sustain itself.
Wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The real example is before I had this model, I used to rent Airbnbs. I'd rent a vacation rental. That would be my filming studio for the day. My clients would still fly here, and they would lodge there, and we would film there, and then we'd pack everything up, and the next client come in, we'd rent another one. That was kind of the testing grounds for the filming strategy. And then we got this studio house. So many of my clients were East Coast, flying out to Utah every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was a good fit, and I'm pretty excited about that. But now we've got a lot of room to scale and to grow without needing more than 2 locations.
But do you aspire to build an empire? I mean, relatively speaking, based on where you were to where you are today, it's empirical for the Woodbury family. But I mean, how far do you want to take it?
That's a good question because I do feel kind of, I don't know. I always talk about this feeling inside, this drive to go bigger and to build more. So it's kind of a balancing act of what's realistic, where am I at? Because I've had to scale back and the more I go all in and just grow, I'm putting in all my time and I'm feeling overwhelm and stress. I keep pointing my shoulders because I like it's a physical feeling.
Yeah.
So I have to take a step back and say, I'm in a pretty good place. Things are successful right now. I've got a good team. They're happy and clients are happy. And let's just ease off the gas a little bit. Teslas, we don't have gas, but the accelerator, ease off the accelerator a little bit. But I do. I think about it like, do you want to take this to an 8-figure business? I'm like, yeah, I think I do. So, but I guess I'm not as a big of a hurry as I was to get where I am now. On the same topic, I've got a client, and he's a really good guy. He feels like the level of his business is adequate, and I acknowledge something in my mind. He's like, now I'm ready to spend more time on family and really scale back. And so I see the wisdom in it, but I still admit but you really don't have to, what if you in my mind, I'm like, because logically, I'm a very logical guy. Logically, there is a way of just systematizing it, because you could take it to the level of Elon Musk and what he's done.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just, there's a pull. There's a struggle.
Yeah. So there really isn't a point where enough is enough for you. I mean, is what it sounds. I'm not saying maybe intellectually you go, oh, I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that there's a point at which this is enough. Now I've got my health, I've got my family. We don't need to grow. This is working. Let's just stay here. But it sounds to me like you still admit there's something in me that just doesn't ever want to stop.
Yeah, I think it's like I love the innovation and the growth and the challenge. I do love the challenge. And so to just think, I mean, I've always thought that the idea of getting to age 60 or 65 and then just retiring is like I can't contribute anymore. Like I feel like the work that I do is impacting, and it's I love influence. We've talked about the power of influence before, and I feel like the bigger I grow my company is one way that I can have a bigger impact. So I don't know, I kind of feel like purpose driven to do it, and just to I feel like getting where I've gotten is a blessing, and like to not grow it further when I see that there's so much potential, I feel is kind of like being negligent of what I've been entrusted with. That's how I feel. So it's kind of this, it is a battle inside, because if I only focus on that growth, then I'm too stressed to enjoy it and too stressed to have the happiness. So
yeah, but like you say, as you continue to scale and grow and things continue to develop, you find more and more critical pieces, part of the puzzle, people that can take your vision and continue to expand and develop and grow, and you can pull away more and more and just be the overarching emperor from
the more it's that job becomes easier when I can let go of that perfectionism of me feeling like it's got to be done exactly this way. If I can just let it be, like let 70 or 80% be enough, I could scale a lot faster the easier I could let that go. Now, I've got a gift for you. Okay, I wrote a book. I published this earlier this year, but it took me 2 years to write. This is a book on how to leverage YouTube to generate leads in your business. And so if that's something that you want to do, I want to give you my book for free. Now, you do need to pay the shipping cost, but as long as you cover that, this is my gift to you. Just go to natesyoutubebook.com. I know if you read this book, you'll really be able to do what I've done on over 50 different YouTube channels and really leverage YouTube to generate leads. I've helped channels produce 7 and 8 figures just from following this strategy. Enjoy.